Let's have a look. No! Why won't those stupid tanks radially attach? Something like the lander can looks off to you. It's upside down right now. It's actually in the VAB upside down, but I did flip it around. The docking port's going to dock to the rest of the thing. This is pointing down, and then the probe core and the emergency fuel are on top. It is upside down. The ladder is at the top. That may have been what's getting you. Yeah, I stuttered for a second earlier when I saw that too. Oh, I need something that radially attaches. Take it easy, King. Tell her you're at class. Tell her you're learning orbital mechanics and spaces and stuff. So I'm trying to accomplish this. I'm trying to accomplish a craft that has a center of mass in the center of a fuel tank. And that is not it. It's definitely not it. It's actually pretty close right there, honestly. Is that empty? And that's empty. That center of mass is honestly in the center of a fuel tank now. So let's see here. And then that's up there, but when those are empty, how far does it change? Oops. And why am I doing this? I want to be able to balance this craft. See, that's a little high, honestly. Let me see if it moves. Oh, look at that. The center of mass does not move when those tanks get full. That's exactly what I wanted, but that's going to keep us from docking it again. Dad, blame it. Fix the symmetry clipping. What did I miss? Did you flip the probe core? Ooh, that's a good question. Did I flip the probe core? Let's check that right quick. We can actually take all this. That octo is not flipped. Dude, that was an excellent catch. Funny man, that was an absolutely excellent catch. That was absolutely an excellent catch. We need that to be like that so that the control is correct. Dude, good catch. Thank you. That's awesome. That's totally awesome. How is the center of mass now? There's the center of mass. As I use this center of mass, it doesn't move too much, honestly. And that's assuming that all these tanks have been used up. That's good. Not you. Oh, the squad needs to fix it. Nice. Use the long tank to get... Well, I like this. Now, as I do this, as long as those tanks in the back are empty, we're good to go. So let me show you what we're going to do here. I'm going to do this number with this part, U. That's pretty good, and it's a structural piece, so I don't mind it clipping. And I'm also delivering fuel out there, right? So I want to take a big bunch of fuel, but, let's do that. Let's do this. That's a Clampatron, yes. It looked better before. But whatever. That thing's gonna need, is it gonna need engines on it? Does this make any sense whatsoever? This entire thing that I'm doing doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It really doesn't make any sense to me anymore. She said fine, nice. What? It doesn't make any sense. This entire thing that I'm doing makes no sense whatsoever. DOS, the machine's still going, still teaching, and you see they have the Dr. Pepper can. Nubius, dude, I do, and I'm going to be doing a special mission at the end of the stream. I'm totally going to be doing a special mission at the end of the stream. I don't need fuel on this junk. Dang it all. Alright, so that's a little bit more complex than it needs to be. I don't need this. I don't need this. I was going to have that thing undock and then put that on the craft, but there's no reason to do that, really. Because that looks kind of cool, and we need fuel tanks, right? I want to be able to top it off completely and have extra fuel. I love this, by the way. I love the way this looks. Where is my... I mean, this just makes it look like a craft that's delivering fuel, if you ask me. 3x symmetry. Don't do 3x symmetry very often. We'll do 3x symmetry for now. And in fact, it can dock to her for a while, right? Would that fit on the bottom? I don't know if that docking port will fit on the bottom. We'll have to see. And all I know is I need nukes. Nice. DOS, I have one critic for the landing stage. Needs more mainsails. Nice. I do need the new nukes. You're right as well. Let me put some fuel on here because we're delivering operational fuel out there, right? And I love the way. I always love the way that this looks. Of course, those are going to clip into there. Dad, blame it. Let's just do 2x symmetry then. Makes it easier, anyways. 2x symmetry. We're delivering some fuel. We're delivering that. What else do we need to do? I like the cut of your jib, Bruce. I really want to do it differently. I really do want to do it differently. I don't need these fuel tanks up here. I don't need them. And I don't need this. And I don't need... Jeez, there's so many things I don't need. I don't need that. Look, I don't need that either. I don't need that. Wait, I do need that. That's kind of important. That must be my root node, that fuel tank right there, huh? Well, that's dumb. Why would anybody use that as a root node? Stupid DOS. Alright, here we go. That, you go there. Probe core action comes off of it. You go away. I'll use this as my root node. Octo 2, upside down. Thanks for the save there. That guy, like that. Good. It's not putting that onto 2x symmetry, is it? I'm always so freaking scared of that. Alright, so we got that, we got that, we got that. We got that, but that's not really what I want. That's not really what I want, because what I want is... I do not need them, Sam I am. Use no engines but mainsails. Alright, so let's see here. I was going to put these on. That RCS fuel tank. And then I was going to do something along these lines. I wish I had the smaller thingies, but I don't. But bear with me, stream. Bear with me. That's okay. That's okay right there. What is the mass of this tank? 0.55. What's the mass of these tanks? Half of 0.55. Excellent. That's what I wanted. Let's go ahead and put these guys going up like this. You see what I'm doing, don't you? You see what I'm doing. You know what's going on. That is there. Can I put these up here? Yes. I like it. I like that. I definitely like that. And as I use fuel out of this, and I use fuel out of these, my center of mass shouldn't change too terribly much. Although there is more, there's 80 more RCS down there. So a little bit more level. King boy, Kink boy, what's going on, dude? Thank you for the follow. I totally appreciate it. Lurking for a while. Nice. Following brain out. No worries. Take it easy. With used parts of the side tanks can be used as ground missiles if they are detachable. If only you had a way to change the root node. DK, you shut up. So let's go ahead and get this thing balanced with RCS. I am going to use my... Should I use my easy peasy RCS balance? I'll do it this way. I should almost really put those on with 4x symmetry, but we won't do that. That's the center of mass. I have structure in my center of mass. I can grab my little RCS thingies, which are on this tab, mind you, and go like that. I can turn on RCS build aid, which is this guy right here. And what RCS build aid does, RCS build aid shows me whether or not my craft is going to rotate based on where I have the RCS stuff placed. So, for example, if I place this RCS there, that is telling me that this craft is really going to want to rotate in that direction around the top, right? We don't want that to happen. That's a very bad thing. So, what we are going to do... Actually, I really need to split the difference a little bit more than that. I do need to split the difference a little bit more than that. Let me fix that. I need to use these instead. I will explain why, because I was just about to talk about balancing it, and then I am going to talk about why that would not have balanced it very easily. I think I can get that done. Oh, but you know, that needs to be rotated. Look, it needs to be like this. It totally needs to be like that. Because doing it like that, then the tanks of the lander will fit into here. Let's just make sure. And then I'll balance it. Sorry. The lander, which looks like that. And see, when it goes on, the lander's going to be going on like that. So I have to put it at an angle like that if I want to do it this way. So that's cool. That's cool. That's definitely cool. Brosidon is already gone. Then he can't get out. He can after they release him. You're right. Jeez, that's so many freaking problems. I mean, what I wanted was when I ditched that to have a... Dead blame it. Oh, Tilo, thanks for the follow. We're making this more complicated than it needs to be. Let's just put these on there. Let's just put this in this direction so it doesn't clip through our fuel tanks, right? When we're trying to dock. That's good. Let's put these up here. Like that. That looks good. You know something? That guy doesn't have a light on him. Does he? Huh. He totally needs a light on him. Not as good as Navhood. Oh, brother. My nice, unbiased channel viewers. We can do it that way, can't we? Yes, we can. Alright, there's one light. Let's put our spotlight on two. There we go. Now we've got our two lights, and I really wish those lights were a little bit smaller. Now, alright, what do we look like without payload? The center of mass moves down a little bit, which means we need more mass at the top. Or we just need less RCS there. Nope, that is not going to fix this at all, is it? Whatever. We don't need to worry about that. I'm also going to need some control authority on here. I love to do this sort of deal. Let's see here. We can just use this guy. Put them on like that. Then we can put two of these guys on there. Gonna need batteries too. Alright, this is just to install parts around, right? I did not do 2x symmetry there, apparently. There we go. That actually looks really cool. And then we can put our RCS. So, RCS build aid. Oh, let me put the battery on before I try to balance it. Battery, battery, battery. Everybody's arguing about what the favorite mod is. Nice. Nice, guys, nice. Way to be classy. There we go. Batteries. One dorsal battery, just so I can remember. That guy's not going to have a probe core on it. Do I have the bigger probe cores? Dad, blame it. I don't. How to fix that? I don't have anything that big. Definitely going to need a probe core, though. Well, we could always do this sort of action. I mean, we could control it from there. We just need a probe core somewhere. I couldn't put it there. I don't have anything to attach it with. You know? Here you go. I am honestly just going to toss a probe core, like, right... That's a battery. I'm just going to toss a probe core, like, right there. And then I'll redo those RCS tanks. Just one probe core, though. Seems legit, right? A probe core clipped into an RCS tank. Why don't I just put two probe cores on it? And then I could put these up here a little bit further, right? And that'll change my center of mass a little bit more. There you go, probe cores with RCS tanks. Done deal. Double probe cores. This is definitely going to be what am I doing? Jeez, alright, I can't read the chat. It doesn't have anything to do with me right now, or my stream. Double probe cores. This is actually a for real space mission. And with the double probe cores, we will be able to have a backup. Let's put these on the way that we do. And make our little... There we go. Little RCS thingy. Then I'm going to put this on here and make myself a little RCS module. Is that right? A little bit higher. It looks like it needs to go a little bit higher. Alright, so RCS build aid. Nope, it needs to go even higher still. By just a little bit. This is a totally cheaty stock 5-way RCS block, by the way. You put that down, then you clip that onto the top of it. And it will actually give you control authority in all 5 directions. I really think there should be a stock 5-direction one. But maybe we'll get them with a Spaceplane Plus or something like that. So let us go ahead and grab that part. And see what RCS build aid does, right? As I move this up and down, it tells me if the craft is going to rotate whenever I have that payload in there, right? I don't want it to rotate. I want it to look right like that. That tells me that I've got 5-way RCS control, and this payload will not rotate whatsoever. This is actually way too much RCS, by the way, but we'll be fine. Yeah, Benija. Done. Space it. It is, the goal of that is to make the red circle as small as possible. And you can see, you've actually got different directions. If you press IJKL, you can see if it's going to torque in any given direction, right? But that's just a little assembly robot. If I grab this underneath piece here, that guy right there, and say I were to just slap these things onto there, what RCS build aid is telling me is that my center of mass is up there. I'm applying thrust about it down here. That gives me a lever arm, right? That's a lever arm between where I'm applying the thrust and where the center of mass is. It's like the center of mass and a lever arm. If I apply thrust here, I'm going to rotate about the center of mass. Like that. That's not what you want. If I applied thrust directly against the center of mass, I'm not going to rotate and move straight in one direction. I don't want to rotate. I want to move in that direction. So with RCS build aid, I can see if my craft is going to work. I can grab that guy, and I can you can do it anywhere. You can act like you're going to place it anywhere. With this one, I've got this little 5-way RCS thruster set up, and I just move it until the circle disappears. That tells me that that thrust is being applied directly on the center of mass, right? Right there on the center of mass. So this craft is going to move in that exact direction. That is how that works. However, I really should have put another docking port on here before I did the balance. Because look, as I add weight to the craft, it changes the balance of the craft, right? If I put that there, now all of a sudden my craft isn't balanced. Let me grab that again and rebalance it. There we go. Now we're good to go. That's going to make that insanely easy to control whenever we're flying it around. Last thing, I'm going to take some struts and I'm going to put them from right here over to the body, just to hold it in position. And I'm going to put this part of the payload up here. Now, I don't care now that I'm not exactly centered here, because there went that noise. Dude, Gav. That was a donation from Gav. Gav, dude, thank you so much. Something, something, Dr. Pepper was the message. I totally appreciate it, dude. I appreciate all the support on the stream. You are awesome. You are a regular. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for everything, dude. You have done everything you can possibly do to support the stream, and I totally appreciate you, Gav. Thank you, buddy. That's awesome. Let's see here. Dust, do you ever use the average center of mass? Thader, I don't, Also, Gab, thanks again. I never feel like I can say enough. I never use the average center of mass as much. Hag, good luck. I never use the average center of mass as much. It is on here. Where is it at? Markers. Average center of mass. I kind of feel like it stopped working in the latest release or something, because look. Reference, com, decom. See, it used to be that you could put the average center of mass on there. There's the average center of mass, but it also is exactly... It always seems to be the same. It doesn't seem to work anymore. Because look, that's definitely not the average center of mass, and certainly that's not the average in the dry center of mass. I have a feeling it may have been broken in a later release. So I haven't been using it lately. I think it's broken right now. That's definitely not the center of mass, the dry center of mass, and the average center of mass. I don't use that right now. See how none of this seems to work anymore? I think it was broken in a recent release. So I've just been turning them off, honestly. It used to be that you could put the awesome Separatrons. Robota, dude, that's a good idea. Build aid is also for facing Separatrons on boosters. It'll show you how it'll rotate the booster away from your craft or whatever. Dude. That's awesome. Your ears, even though you knew it was coming. It scared the hell out of you. I thought I turned it down. Hang on. I'm going to need somebody to test it again by sending another donation. I'm just kidding. I thought I turned it way down. I did turn it way down. It's like way down. There you go. Now it's turned down anymore. I mean, if another donation comes along, you're totally, you know, see. So now that's not going to clip through. I've attached that. The operations will be detach this and dock it first. Then use this little probe to detach and dock. First, actually, we'll dock this to the bottom of it, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll just get close. Yeah, I don't know. Did you just update yours? I think that that's what's going on. Anyways, we don't need our RCS build aid for this. We'll go ahead and turn it off. I love RCS build aid. I use it all the time. That's good. That's good. Dorsal side on the craft. Power generation would be good. Let's put some power generation on there real quick. I'm just going to slap these little panels. Hopefully it should be able to do its job. It would be kind of cool just to... it would actually be kind of cool to put them on like this, wouldn't it? Oh, but that's going to take 4 sets of solar panels. But this kind of looks cool. There's probably some saving grace to that. That looks cool. I'll do it. I'll totally do it. I mean, with that many angles on it, it's like a miniature TIE fighter, right? With that many angles on it, it should definitely be able to get sun during some part of its something or other. It'd be very difficult for this craft not to get sun. It'd have to be exactly at this angle, right? In fact, if I aimed them out, it would be even more difficult for it. But that's okay. We don't need to over-engineer that. Now we've got that, so I'm going to go ahead and say that these things are payload and I want 4 of them. So that'll be able to refuel the craft 4 times. What else did we need? We needed those nuclear engines, didn't we? Dude, Geek, we're good. Take it easy, man. Thanks for hanging out. Might as well just make the donation sound an air horn. Hark! I turned it down. If anybody wants to test it, you're more than welcome. Alright, so what else do we have? I'm going to need some payload stabilization to that. What else am I going to need? I'm going to need probably more fuel, more Delta V. You know what would be awesome? To use the nuclear engines on the way out there instead of just carrying them. Would that work? I wonder if that would work. How can we store the nuclear engines? Can I store them on a pylon? This is going to be interesting. I wonder if this is going to work. I don't know if it's going to work, honestly. That part clipping dough. Ah, come on now. Oh. Ooh, it let me do it. Nice. That's okay. Oh, because of a 4x probably. I bet you it'll work if I do it in the opposite order. If I take that, nope. If I take this first. By the way, we know we're over-engineering this a little bit, right? We're spending a little bit too much time on the exact engineering of this craft. Yeah, of course it lets me do it that way, but it doesn't let me do it the other way. I have no clue. I don't know what the deal is. LVN is the engine you most frequently attach radially. We almost would need... Ooh. Whoops. How loud was that? Testing volume. Mitsukichi was here for the volume test. Let me know how that volume test came through. Dude, Mitsukichi, you're freaking awesome. Thank you so much for that. Let's see how loud that is. Let me know if that came through super loud or not super loud. Everyone in the chat. Also, Mitsukichi, thanks. I totally appreciate it. That's so cool. So maybe... It scared me that time. I think it's loud in my headphones, and hopefully it's not loud for y'all. That looks good. Kind of. How was that? Still loud? It was good enough, it wasn't too loud? Alright. Volume was fine for you. Good to know. How can I do this? I mean, I have this idea of using these things, these radial decouplers, but that seems sketchy as heck. Because of the decoupling force, right? I could always just put fuel tanks on. Yeah. Somebody did donate, and I think it sounded better. Volume was good. All right, it sounds like that volume was good. And plus, it wakes you up a little bit. Dude, Mitsukichi, thank you so much. So cool. Let's see here. What else can I do? I almost wanted those to be on in 2x symmetry, right? Better, I think it's still... Yeah, me too. That's still a bit loud for them headphone users. I'll turn it down another 5 notches, I think. 5 out of 15. And then we will call it a day. But thank you, everyone, for helping me test my donation alerter. You guys are so cool. Oh, what else? Maybe I should just mount them on the outside of this. It was still louder than my voice. Okay, thanks, Tress. Maybe we'll just fly this fast and loose and we'll decouple them one at a time. I think that's what we're going to do. So it's going to be a little bit of overkill. I could do little parts. I was going to do RCS tanks, but Dad blame it if those RCS tanks don't radially attach. Oh, why don't I just do this? I got an idea. I got a solution for this. Alright, I totally have a solution. A little bit of this action. Oh, but that means we're not going to be able to use them. Darn it! Did blame it? I can't use them. There's no way short of chasing them down that I can use them. Dang it. Just loud enough for you to scatter your mouse a little bit like that. Alright, I think the other idea was the best idea because this allows me to use them and put them on the station. But I am going to need like this so I have something that can radial attach. I was going to add... There was a follow. Just got a follow coming in. Who was that? Tilo? Who was that? I didn't even know. I could look at OBS. I missed it. Sion. Siov. I missed the end of your name. I just saw the SDI, and I didn't quite. It was fading out as I got to it. Slove, maybe. Slove? Thanks for the follow. We are getting this thing into space. And you are awesome for the follow, sir. Thank you very much, Lee. Let us grab this. Go over here. These things are good. We can put them on the outside like that. Again, I'm also designing the part I'm going to be putting on the station, right? So I'm going to put docking ports on them. I don't need 4 of them. I only need 2 of them. Let's see if it's going to let me do this. Aha! It was that clipping through it. Now we can do this. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Excellent. Why not just attach the engine pods onto the flat surface of the big tanks? Yes. That is probably what I should do. But this looks cooler. It's the only reason I'm doing this is because it looks cooler. And this way, our craft can also come home. Well, there we go. Yes! I like it. That's what I was going for. Plus, if we ever get attacked by space pirates, we have 4 nuclear missiles to shoot at them. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. So, I think that's good. I think that's good. I have to be able to decouple them. I've got the docking ports on. I've got those things out to the side. There was Aw Chase with the follow. Dude, Aw Chase, thank you so much. You, sir, are awesome. I totally appreciate it. Everyone with all the different types of support. I think I'm good, though. I think we're good with this design. Aren't we good with this design now? We are totally good with this design, it looks like. Let us have a look. Guys, I just checked something on a whim. And I feel a little bit weird about it. I totally feel a little bit weird about this. Not gonna lie. Everybody in my stream is so freaking awesome. I hope you're learning some stuff. That's the whole point of Kerbal Space Academy. I just checked, and the Kerbal Space Academy stream has more viewers than the official KSP TV stream. I'm a little bit embarrassed about that, because I feel like we're fighting for viewers. but we've got more viewers than the official stream. You guys are so freaking awesome. I don't even know what to say about that. I am talking to KSP TV about getting a stream for them. Oh my gosh. That's slightly embarrassing. They're gonna slap me with a cease and desist or something. Somebody check the chat list and see you watch both. Alright, that's fine. That's all good. Maybe somebody check and see. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. I appreciate everybody that's watching both. Thank you so much. We're gonna get that fixed. I'm gonna just hopefully start doing some streams for KSP TV. I've talked about it. It's in the works. Poo-Poo Heinenstein. Poo-Poo Heinenstein. What sort of name is that, good sir? That is a weird name. Let's put this on here. 4x symmetry, let's do that. It'll also connect to those. That is nice and stable. When we undock, it'll be good to go. It totally looks like I need another docking port there. You guys are so awesome. I'm just playing a video game and talking about it as I do it. It's so freaking awesome. It's totally awesome. Let's do that. Let's put that up there. Ooh, he'd be strutted in until it gets disconnected. You know something? He can live with it. He can totally live with it. He can totally live with it. Before I was on KSP. Nice, DK. That's awesome. You just open, you right-click, you can open the other stream in a new window. You'll use more bandwidth, but you will be able to watch both streams at once. I'm trying to see if I can't split the difference between locking him in with a strut. That actually did it right there. Alright, so now we have a Minmus transfer stage. Where the deuce is our Kerbal engineer? There it is. We do have the engineer on there. We've actually got just one engineer. That's fine. We're delivering more RCS than we need. We've got a way to get home. Orchium, we're retrofitting our Minmus science station. So we researched, we went to Minmus, we built the science ship, it went to Minmus. We did a couple missions down to the surface of Minmus, getting some science with the stuff that we have, right? The stuff that we have unlocked. We went out, we had just the thermometer, the goo, the science junior, then your EVA reports and your surface samples, right? That's all we had. We did a mission out to Minmus. We got freaking 2,500 science from it. We came back, we unlocked all the rest of the science points. How many of those tanks are empty for simulation? I don't think any of them are now. I think I fixed them all, didn't I? Yeah, I got it. And then we came back, we just returned the science, not the entire ship. We had like this little pod-looking thing at the top that returned the science. And now we're making better parts. We've researched the nuclear engine, so we're going to retrofit our science ship with nukes. We researched a lot more science parts, right? So we retrofitted our lander core with better science parts. We came up with better design for the return module. So now we've got better parts, and we're going to go back out to Minmus, and we're going to retrofit that science station that's in orbit around Minmus using all of this stuff. The trick here is there's still no way to use those nukes. There's still no way to use the nukes and attach them to the station unless I put an extraneous docking port on there. And maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that is what I need to do, honestly. Dang it. You see what the problem is, right? I was totally, Alright, sounds good. Good deal. Yeah, they aren't. Those are just payload. Those are just payload. I do not want those to go into the meters per second of Delta V here. We're going to have to figure that out. And when I connect this, I'm going to try to connect fuel lines up to the middle here. I just want that to be science payload so that we can refill the science station. That is intended. So, my plan was to somehow use this little drone to go and grab the nuclear engines. I guess we could always ghost dock them, right? Ghost dock our nuclear engines. Dock it up on the side, then detach. Dock it up on the side, then detach. I don't quite get that. Submitted, denied. I don't have the claw unlocked, and I didn't want to use the claw. Will you still stream every day? Yes, I will. I will definitely still stream every single day. The first part's on YouTube. Cool. Yeah, they will be the VODs. Everything that I do does go to VOD afterwards. Gosh. So I'm trying to come up with a solution so that this has two. It has to have two docking ports on it. It totally has to have two docking ports. Dock it while still radially coupled. Dock it while... Okay. Via the port on the nuke. That would work. Odd Chase says probe core. But then I would have to put RCS and all sorts of stuff on there. I don't want probe core and an RCS. Because then I would have to... It's just extra parts that I don't need on the ship. The concept here is to put these new parts on the ship and then ditch the assembler and the fueler so that the ship part count stays lower. That's what I'm going for. So I don't want RCS on every single part that gets docked to the ship. That's why this guy doesn't have RCS on him, right? This guy is going to use his RCS to do his docking, and then we will go and, yes. In fact, this would make more sense if we use the lander can instead of the pod, but we've already gone over that. We could totally do this. Put the main core on the far side to give more clearance. Or, I mean, I could totally dock these, right? I could do that. No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Because of the way that these RCS tanks are, right? I couldn't do that. Dad, blame it. And I don't feel like I need 4 of those nuclear engines. I feel like I only need those 2 nuclear engines. I mean, look, I was just thinking maybe I could do this. I could do that. And then I could do that, but then I wouldn't need that much RCS. That's way too much RCS, right? I guess I could always empty the... No, I couldn't, because it's 4x symmetry. And then I could dock... I mean, I could totally put a docking port on here, right? And then would my thing grab it? I think I'd be able to grab that. I hope I'd be able to grab it. Jeez. I want to simulate that first. Let's see here. Oh, buddy, that's close. Eek! Nope, I don't think it will fit. I definitely don't think that that's going to fit. Let's fly it into the middle here and see. I don't want to attach it. I just... can I get it over there? It just doesn't look like it's going to fit. Gosh, that would be so freaking close. Why don't I do this, I guess, huh? What was my root node? This docking port? Nope. Ooh, gosh, I don't want to get to Minmus and then realize that that doesn't fit. We solve practical problems here at Kerbal Space Academy. We'll just give it some more freaking clearance. How's that? How is that? Do we get encoder hype? Heck yeah, encoder hype. You could swear like a put the core and RCS under the engines. It does need a... The resolutions are active. Extend the nukes farther and radial decouple them after docking to the station. Trans thingy. Look, that's good. I think that's good right there. So we're good with that design. I'm only going to do 2, and then I'll put a go-home engine on there somehow. That looks weird. Why didn't our... Apparently our things didn't feel like reconnecting. Come on, Stretz, don't do me that way. There we go. Also, there we go. 2x symmetry over to the center to hold her steady. Bounce as she goes. There we go. That should be good. That's going to actually have a little bit of wobble that way because we moved it up a bit. So let's fix this too. From the window to the wall. That's on that solar panel. Oh, I may have to end up fixing that. That's okay. Ugh, now he strutted in. Alright, alright, alright. We got this. And then we're going to go out to Minmus. I don't even care. That should be nice. Sleepy, try reloading. Yeah. Black screen with the reload. Excellent. Got transcoding. That means we're popular enough compared to the rest of Twitch that Twitch wants us to use less bandwidth, basically. We're popular enough that Twitch wants us to use less bandwidth. And now I only need 2 of those engines. And you, sir, were totally correct. I could just put them on here. That is probably going to be a little bit easier. I just liked how that looked, really. Oh, well, we can't run the fuel lines then. Dad, blame it. We could always dock them somewhere, honestly. We could totally dock them at the back of the craft. Yes, we could. And then we could take 2 of the engines off of this. Oh, that's actually a really cool idea. That's actually a really cool idea. Instead of these radial decouplers, why don't we just go like this? Grab a docking port. Make sure that we get it straight. That is definitely a challenge. Ooh, that's dirty. Yep, in doing that, alright, so we're fixing a couple things here. For simplicity's sake, we should get this, and we should put it in 4x symmetry. Right? Right, DOS? Right, DOS. Alright, so now we've got 4x symmetry. I will actually move them up a little bit so they're cradling it just a little bit. Like that. That looks good. I like that. And then I've got those docking ports, which I can now solve so that they're straight, right? Yes. I like it, and it doesn't look like it's going to clip. Then we can put these puppies on. Then we can rebuild these from scratch because they were radially attached instead of axially attached. Dadgummit. Dadgummit. Okay. There's no nodes on it, that's the problem. Then I could totally do this sort of nonsense. Where was that tank at? Everybody that's hanging out, I totally appreciate you. We're gonna get that thing retrofitted. And then I could do that. It'd be good if we made them even. Alright, so just touching the top and just touching the top. You know what trick I should have used, right? I want y'all to know these tricks. They are very useful. Stupid Kerbal engineer tricks. See how I was having trouble putting those on so that they were even, right? What could I do? Screw that radial symmetry. Go to the primary axis of symmetry. Put them on with 2x symmetry. Ta-da! They're exactly even. And then grab it off the primary symmetry and put it back there. Now they're totally even. How cool is that? So, let's go slap them there nukes on there. Like this. Like this. Of course, now it's clipping through. What should I have done, everyone? I should have done that. Then I should have done that. Then I should have done that. In 4x symmetry, please. Don't be confused on me like that, KSC. Jeez. Excelente. Look at that craft. That actually looks really cool. Oh, docking ports as well. And we'll be able to grab these. Is that going to work? Alright, so it's going to be a little bit wonky. When we grab those, it's not going to be the thingy with the balance in the whole, you know, the not... Yeah, that's not going to be happening. What is the word? When the robotic assembler grabs these, it will not be balanced because the nukes are very heavy and out on one end. That was what I was trying to say. Where are we using fuel from? Are we using fuel from here? Yes, we are somehow. Interesting. Are we using fuel from here? Yes, we are somehow. Interesting. Are we using fuel from anywhere else? No, there's no more fuel in the craft. Alright, you think we can get there with 7604 Delta V with a 0.55 thrust to weight? I think we can get there. I actually think that I'm going to disable this tank like that. Such that that's going to be our payload, right? We're going to refuel the craft with that. That's actually just one refueling, though. But with this much stuff, we should totally be able to get there. This payload gets progressively... It looks like a bathysphere? Docking ports crossfeed. Yep, those are crossfeeding. And these are supposed to crossfeed. These are supposed to do fuel feed whenever you attach them radially to something like that. They're supposed to crossfeed to anything actually attached out the side of them. So that's why we were crossfeeding the whole thing, even though we didn't have fuel lines. So we should be bueno, mister. We're going to have to see if those things are going to clip through. That would not be bueno. That'd be no bueno, honestly. That guy's also going to need a probe core on it, right? So let's get a probe core done somewhere. We can always control from the docking port, so I'll just put a probe core wherevs. This little light probe core on the edge. Nope. 1x symmetry, please. 1x symmetry. There we go. Now we have a probe core. It'd be nice if the probe core was on the dorsal side at least, DOS, right? You hound about this dorsal, docile. The docile side. Oh my gosh. Things with nodes so close together. Do that nonsense. they clip into it and they connect from the wrong node, right? There we go. Because then we can also put a Betatron there. There we go. Now we know which way is dorsal all around. The only thing I haven't really added to this is better power generation. That'll be a future mission, y'all. That will be a future mission. So we've got a probe core. We can control from here so we can do our burns. We've got that tucked. I think we're going to clip, though. Bed calls. Orchium, take it easy. I'm about to show you how to use Engineer Reduct, Calamari. Because I'm going to have to design a lifter and a kicker for this. This stage right here with 4656 meters per second of delta V will definitely get us to Minmus and definitely get the rendezvous done. Let's get rid of this guy. Now we've got that fixed. We've got that fixed. We've got the new replacement of escape pod. We've got that. We've got the construction droid. He has doubly symmetric that, but no power generation. Oh no, he does have power generation. I'm putting the edge. Okay. This guy doesn't have any power generation. So let's just give him a little bit of I'm not going to die in space-ness etude. Disable crossfeed on the drone portion so you don't burn your pay forward. I don't have any fuel up there, do I? There's no actual fuel. There's only RCS, except for that one right there. Oh, it's already disabled. Yeah, I don't think there's any fuel up there except the tank that's already disabled. But you're right. If I didn't want that to do that noise, I could, when I get out there, disable crossfeed on that guy. That's a good point. Just to make sure that we don't screw it up. I have a random radial engine hanging out. I do? Where? Like somewhere in the sky or something? What are you talking about? A random radial engine. Are you seeing something that needs to be fixed? That I'm missing? I'm confused. Let's go ahead and just put 4 of these guys on her. Oh yes, that should work fine. Blocked by a fuel tank. These have such weird collision meshes. That's okay though. We'll be fine with that. We've got those little solar panels spammed everywhere, man. Dang. What else? I was hoping that I could dock to the ship, but I don't see a way to dock to the ship. With that would be a great docking connection. We won't do that. I can always put one docking port over here and try to dock it, but I don't have enough RCS down there. No, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to get close, and we're going to Y-orient the batteries with the position. Oh, Handman, that just makes it easier for me to see, because I usually fly the ship like this, right? And you know that I like to know where the dorsal side is, because it makes the controls make sense when you're viewing the ship from the outside. And so I just put it back, because if you put it the other way, the battery would be... let's see here. If you put it that way, the battery is actually blocking the green light, but this way the battery doesn't block the green light. That's the only reason. We are all good, right? Yes, we are all good. Power. Check. Did I miss anything? If I missed anything and the stream doesn't tell me, I don't get laughed at. We're going to give this ship a once-over. Let's go ahead and minimize that. I am going to do 4x Strutty McStruttersons up here. Like that. That gives us a nice... whatever, it can connect to the batteries. That's okay. Oops. Alright, so we're nice and strutted in. We've got a good payload here. We've got lots of extra RCS. But honestly, this fueler could hang out ad infinitum, and if another ship ever needs these parts or whatever, we could have 2 nukes orbiting Minmus if we wanted to, with extra RCS. In fact, these could be little miniature ships. Inside fuel tank. Seems legit, right? Totally seems legit. Don't overbuild and get to space. I want to see the robot assembler. Alright. I don't think we missed anything else. Did we miss anything else? I don't think we did. Maybe the last thing that I don't have a Clampatron Senior, so I'm dead in the water there. That's okay. This ship is good to go, honestly. This ship is fine. It looks really weird with this payload down here. This is actually why I was trying to get them up higher, right? So that they would be tucked into the rest of the payload. But as long as they're not clipping into the next stage. Doesn't your fueler need RCS to dock? You just raised a valid point, good sir. You just raised an absolutely valid point. You raised an excellent point, KSC. Man, that is an excellent point. Can we simulate it? We need to simulate it. We need to simulate it. We've got RCS on this, but we barely have any RCS. And so what I'm going to do... Jeez. Yes. Let's just put RCS. Let's just put RCS on the fueler. We'll keep it simple here. I am going to disconnect... Oh, geez. The fueler part, apparently, is way the heck down there, huh? Because I was going to dock it to the bottom of the station like that. And there's not really a way for this guy to do all that. So why don't we do this? I hope it didn't put that on with fork symmetry. Why don't we do this? Dude, you just saved our bacon. You totally saved our bacon. I was going to have to ghost dock the whip. I was totally going to have to ghost dock the whip. Rabata KSP, dude. You just did an excellent thing for us here. And strut the nukes. I like strutting the nukes as well. We're going to have to see how this works. Let's solve that like this. We've got plenty of RCS on there. That went on with 1x symmetry. When we get up there, we will undock this and just let it hang out. Then we will, actually, maybe we can dock that somewhere. I don't know. Maybe we do have a good idea for that. We'll see. Then we've got this. We're going to dock it to the station using its own RCS power. That means that I want it as a subassembly. Dude, you're awesome. Dude, you're awesome because you were watching the stream and paying attention. That's why you're awesome. Dude. Thanks. Delivery core. Save. We'll save this. We'll put the delivery core back on there. Oops. We'll save this first. We'll make a new ship with the delivery core. We'll balance it, again, using RCS build aid. We'll see how we can do it. Yes. Awesome. So, I need just a little piece of BS like this. Actually, these guys are a lot easier to grab. We need to grab our subassembly with the delivery core. Put it like that. That's good. Now we need RCS build aid. Wow, that's totally lame. That's totally lame. That is absolutely and totally lame. Because we can't put the RCS modules where we need them to be. Welp. We carry more fuel. We carry more payload up there. That's how I'm going to solve it. Just looking for this part, I think, right? Are those guys clipped in? No, they're just barely touching. Now we can actually strut them in, too. Alright. No, we need more weight on the top. And if we burned fuel out of these tanks, our payload's only going to go down. This is the reason that I had those nukes up there. That's problematic. That is definitely problematic. Let me read chat. You missed... There you go. Yes. We got all that. Alright. That is all terrible, though. Because look where the center of mass is. And with those engines are just too dang heavy. Alright. Alright. We're going for a simpler time here, y'all. We're going for a simpler time. This was my original thought, and I think we need to do it. There we go. 2 of those engines. Let's fill this back up. Jeez. I mean, we could totally do this sort of jazz, right? We could totally do this. Now you see what I'm going to do, right? I'm just bringing the center of mass up. And I'm going to put a little self-control engine on there, right? But we're just going to take 2 engine modules. That makes us much more manageable. That makes us significantly more manageable right there. Instead of having them on the back like that. And we still have the same things going. And we've got more clearance. Yeah, we're good. Haven't said anything. Why the hell are me and you still up? Evil guy, dude. Engines 180 and attached to sides with grab a dock. That's actually really easy to... That's really difficult to... Oh, but then that's going to have that problem, isn't it? Get on my level. Engine's 180 degrees. And then just put Buku RCS out here. Maybe we could do that. We would have bad control authority in one direction and good control authority in another direction. Plus, the more I move these up, the better my center of mass is going to be. Right? That'll work right there. And putting these as high as I could. I really wanted to go with the 4x symmetry though, you know? Use docking ports instead of the small fuel tank. Use a docking port here instead of a small fuel tank? Like, if I had it like attached to the side. Ah, yeah, that would work too. I really wanted to go with 4x symmetry, but it's difficult to deliver the engines and to go with 4x symmetry. Instead of the small... Yeah, and then dock it with that. That would make it hard to build, though. Would be the downside to that. Huh. What have we bummed out on here? Because then I could do this, couldn't I? Now what's my Delta V, Kerbal Engineer? Here, make a little bear. Tell us how much our Delta V is. I think is off 4 minutes. Right? Not the new fuel tank, the old one, you know. You mean this old one? Which old one? I'm missing you there, Thresh. I don't exactly say what you're talking about. See what you're talking about. That right there is only 800 meters per second of Delta V. Those tanks aren't disabled, are they? That tank's disabled. Yeah. This is that's not even an atmosphere. What is going on? Why is there absolutely no Delta V here? This should have a lot more Delta V than that. It's like not acting like this is docked or something. It got the OP engines. Those engines are just a problem, aren't they? You have docking port on fuel side, on side fuel. Oh, I have it going the wrong way. Duh. I had the fuel line going the wrong way. That's terrible, Delta V, though. We had a lot more Delta V before, didn't we? That's better. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Yes, those ones, instead of the structural part, just put a docking port on the central tank and dock the white tanks. Ah! I'll show you why that's really hard, right? I will definitely show that in vent fuel lines. I will show you why that's really hard. Let's go ahead and just save this right now. Because we could do this, right? I see what you're saying. Oh no, we can't do that. We can't do that. Because the purpose of this docking port is for the robotic assembler to grab it and assemble it with, right? We need this docking port to be clear so the robotic assembler can grab this docking port and dock it to the fuel node or dock it to the engine cluster node. So we can't do that actually. You got never mind, got it. Yeah. I can't use that to dock. I've got to leave that clear so that I can grab it with the assembler. That's why that's like that. I see what you're saying though. I see it. Just flip that around and dock it straight to the side of that. I gotcha. This is enough to get us out to Minmus. This is a bit of a slow burn, but this guy still needs maybe not nukes. He just needs some way to control himself, right? So give it another port on the other side. Ah, but that's port spam. I want less parts, right? Ugh, I want less. All of this junk is going to go away. Also, I need... Let's see here. Let's take this off. And just put it back on with 1x symmetry. And then I still need my probe core on here, right? I do need my probe core. Did I miss anything? Alright. Now let's put my little probe core on. Don't clip into this silly tank. That's so annoying. There we go. You just gotta like pull it out like a rubber band and then let it snap. Apparently. Alright. And the entire purpose of this was freaking RCS, by the way. Where is the center of mass now? The entire purpose of coming over here was to balance it with RCS so that it could dock against the station, right? That sounds like a lot of extra work. I think we're good with the way we are. I think we're good with the way we are. Sleepy, I haven't done remote tech, but I get a lot of requests for it, so I am going to work on it, and in a future Kerbal Space Academy mod highlight, I am going to do remote tech. So, RCS, build aid. Let's go back to RCS build aid. There's that. We're not going to be able to put RCS over there. We're just going to have to wing this, y'all. I'm totally just going to wing this. And I'm going to need to put some extra RCS storage on here, I believe. Anything to move that center of mass up, right? Really? You won't attach to the middle? You're interesting. I've always put those on like that. There we go. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. Bueno, bueno. Move it out a little bit. There we go. Now we have RCS for this thing to dock itself with. That's way too much RCS, by the way. But hopefully it'll move. These engines are just so freaking heavy. They're so freaking heavy. I almost wish they were even further up. Can I do it? Can I move them even further up? How far up can I move them? Oh, that's still got clearance. Luckily, the collision mesh for those docking ports is pretty darn high. That is too high. That's good right there, because we're just going to undock it. We don't need to worry about docking to that part, right? Alright, so that's good. We've got RCS. Now let's go ahead and make this thing RCS controllable using RCS build aid. It's kind of a complicated craft to do it on, but RCS build aid is going to be our savior here. We're going to put these right on the center of mass. Seems legit. There we go. Alright, RCS build aid, show me that direction. That is not nearly enough control authority, I guarantee you. So let's see if we can't put more on there. One to the bottom, and one to the top. That probe core is going to get in my way. The docking port's going to get in my way, isn't it? Yes. So I'll build it from this side. In fact, that one's already dead in the docking port, isn't it? Dang it. That wouldn't work. That center mass is just killing us. Now it needs to be a little bit lower. So let's go over here and grab this thing. There we go. Now it's balanced. So now we've got two. I don't really care that that one's blowing on there like that. And I need 4 pointing in this direction. So I'm just going to grab the little, these guys. These guys are so spammy, right, for what you get. That's lame, by the way. The fact that it's doing that. Do I have clearance? I could totally cheat this out like this. Look. Here, hold my beer. I'm going to put them in here. Hey! You like apples? How do you like them apples? In fact, could I just put them all in there? Not quite. Wait, really? Yeah, that's fine. That's that's actually good. Oh, why don't we do this? Since we're doing it, we need control authority, right? There we go. We need these guys, right? There we go. Now we've got clearance, and we can just do 4x docking ports. Awesome. Alright, so there we go. What a weird place to put RCS, right? Let's go in this direction. Alright, there's a down node, and how much clearance do I have on the upstroke? So that I'm thrusting my RCS directly into that thing, right? Oh man, it won't let me do it. I guess that was a little lame, wasn't it? I really wish that I could just get that center of mass lower now. Lower center of mass. Now we need a lower center of mass? Huh. Maybe that could help us. Because these guys, when we're doing our docking, these guys are going to be empty, which is definitely going to lower the center of mass, right? We're going to use most of those to get out there, I think. Well, heck, why not just carry more fuel? That way the station can operate for longer, right? Yeah, I like that. I like that. So, fork symmetry. Done. Apparently these are still up here. Let's get rid of them. I don't even know where that one went, but that's okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. I think we're all good, right? If it flies, don't question. Don't change. Just go. If you have an empty space next to the center of mass. What? Interesting. Alright, I definitely need to check the chat, because this guy also needs deorbiting engines, right? We've got those. Why don't we just put this guy, the probe core, up here. And then we are going to call it a day, because we have spent way too much time overbuilding this guy. We've spent way too much time. It's so overbuilt. So freaking overbuilt. I'm not trying to show off to anybody here. We were trying to do a science mission, and then we got into this wacky mode. Alright, I'll have to solve it with this one. Moving up a little bit. That looks good. It's like RCS turbo boosters, right? Why are they 2x symmetry? RCS turbo boosters, like one RCS port feeds into the other RCS port, and they combine their thrust. Ooh, that's 6x symmetry. There we go. Let's check all our directions. That way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way. That's good. Alright, that's fine. Right there. That's fine. K9 Officer, dude, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Anytime they say DOS, or anytime they say, somebody says, question, that highlights it. That's really for my Kerbal Space Academy streams, which I guess we are doing right now, right? But, that's a way to ask a question in Kerbal Space Academy, such that it kind of gets my attention, I can answer it. That's why some of those things highlight like that. Is what you are seeing. Sketchiest placement ever. There we go. Now we're good. Dorsal side, check. RCS balance, check. That stuff, check. We better put a light on there just in case. Hey, perfect. Battery. That's actually a really terrible amount of battery juice for this thing, isn't it? It's honestly really terrible. Let's just do this. Tuck it in somewhere. Like down there. Alright, now we're good. Now we're balanced. We've got that. RCS build data is good. What are you doing? Go away. Now we can dock it. We can refuel it. We've got buku fuel. Only 7.6. Oh yeah, we need the fuel lines. Wow. We have the fuel lines, honestly. Interesting. Oh! That's weird. It's connected to the RCS tank instead of the fuel tank. There we go. What is that? 3250 Delta V. Alright, are we using this? Yes, we are using that. That's okay. We're going to deliver a lot of freaking fuel out here. Dude, Bama Medic, take it easy. Thanks for watching out. What mod has the RCS balancer? Average Joe. If you scroll down, it's actually RCS Build Aid is the name of that mod. RCS Build Aid. And you can get a link to it right in my channel description. Just scroll down a little bit and you'll get it done. The Flash 3184. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. That is awesome. You are awesome. Good deal. So we've got that, we've got that, we've got that, we've got battery power. I added batteries, that's fine, whatever. Now we're good. Could I quickly explain dorsal? Das. Much. Let me do that when I'm flying out there, because I would much rather fly it. Basically, dorsal is looking like you're looking at the top of a plane. I'll explain, when I get into space, I'll explain why it's important. Because we need to get this thing into space. Delivery core. Excellent. Save it. Overwrite it. Let's go back to that other craft, the science upgrader. No, the science return pod, moon or science getter, auto-saved ship. Science return pod, polar science ship, moon or science getter, auto-saved ship. Where's my other craft? Was it untitled? We're about to find out. I just saved that, right? Yeah. Ooh, I hope it's this one. Yeah. I hope the craft that had the, I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot. Whew! It was untitled craft. Science retrofit mission. Jeez, oh Pete. Cambly 2000. Thank you for following. You are awesome. This is... We're playing around now. This is really the end of the Kerbal Space Academy stream. Thank goodness. But I am Das Valdez. I run Kerbal Space Academy. Help. Oh yeah, no. Calamari, I do that in streams. This guy's good. I will explain them as I go. Here's my delivery core. Putting my delivery core on the bottom should be good to go. I should be able to do 2x symmetry here. Strutty McStruttersons. From here on up. Yes. Thank you for the 2x symmetry. Let's turn off build aid. It gets a little spammy. There we go. When you don't need it, let's put it down like that. Good. Then we will do struts from here to here. 2x symmetry from there up to there. Interesting that that's not exactly straight. Whatever. Who cares? Alright, Kerbal Engineer we have on there. I did want to slap an engineering pod on here. We'll put on top of the probe core. This makes sense, right? It's an upgraded probe core. We put the upgrade chipset on it. Alright, so now we're good. This is our mission. 3560 Delta V. That's fine. We've got that. We've got this. We're all good. I think we're all good here. I think we're all good. Do I want to put ladders on? I don't need any ladders on here. This is just a retrofit ship. We don't need to... This ship is supposed to go do its job and then get out of Dodge. There we go. We need a kicker stage. Actually, we need less than that, but... I really need to learn to do the whole shift, click, and move up. We need a kicker stage. I'm going to look at my flight engineer here. And all I really want for my kicker stage is 1500 Delta V and 1.5 thrust to weight. So let's go over here and see what can do that. Mainsail. Excellent. Mainsail. 2.5, that's actually way too much. More tankage. Tankage action. Me, okay. Before we do this. Ah, that's fine. Let's see how tall we can make this rocket. How wobbly it is. 2.18, 1.478. That's okay. That's not double what we need. A skipper would be too little thrust. If I tried to go with a skipper, I wouldn't have... I'd have 0.99. So I'll just go. Kicker stage is really just important that you have at least that much. This is actually really... Eesh. That's okay. We'll just roll. Let's put this here. Let's put that there. Now we need our lifter stage. Our lifter needs to have 2500 Delta V, 1.7 thrust to weight. So let's see what we can do for that. I have a feeling it's going to look something like this. And this. Where's my little flat tank? With a mainsail. 1.31, that's not bad. Not enough Delta V though. Let's put more. 2.18, 2500. That's perfect. That is actually great. This rocket is going to be wobbly as is wobbly as heck. So yeah, anyways. Let's put some struts in, I guess. It's aerodynamic nose cones, actually. Let's just fly this rocket. If it blows up, it blows up. Let's go get some action done. I don't even have the big nose cones yet. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to do this. That's fine. Am I in atmospheric mode? No, dang it. I was not building in atmospheric mode. 2567, 2.18, so this stage needs more. That looks ridiculous. It's like I got party hats on. Let's put these guys in. Then we'll put these guys in. Excellent. Then we'll put the party hats back on. I guess I have to make my own aerodynamic nose cone from the parts that I have researched. Oh, here we go. Why not this? Since I'm short on aerodynamic nose cones. Oh. That looks hideous. Use the size 2 NASA engine. Ah, but see, we're already good to go. We're already what we need right here. This stage needed more thrust to weight. In fact, this stage here is almost just an orange tank to reduce some wibbly wobbliness. What a wobbly ass rocket. This is not going to go well. That's okay, look, I'm going to strut it. Have no fear, stream. DOS is going to add struts. That's for extra aerodynamicness. Alright. Now we're good to go. The only thing I need to do, I've got a little bit less than that. I've got a little bit more than that. I'm okay because my total there is 4024. I'm going to throttle down these engines. Ooh, dang it. 75, half of 75, half of 76 actually. That's 24. Half of 24 is 12. Minus 12 is 88. That math isn't even anywhere near correct. Let's go to guess, test, and revise. 86. I want all of these to run out of thrust at the same time, right? Out of fuel at the same time. 87, that's not enough. 72 to 87. 87, 1.62. Okay. Let's try 88. 89, there you go. 89 on the sides. 89, 90, that's fine. Let's go with 90. 1.67 on the pad, I can live with that. Let's launch this puppy. I'm getting bored. Did I miss anything? DOS, strut your nukes. Strut nukes, strut nukes, strut nukes. Everybody says strut nukes, okay. Strut my nukes. Strutting the nukes, boss. Thank you for reminding me. We're going to strut them like this. Actually from the central core out to the nuke, so that after reloading the craft, the strut piece does not remain on the nuke. Central core out to the nuke. 3 points of protection now. I think we are good to go with strutting the nukes. Thank you guys. By the way. Anything else? Anything else? Is there anything else that I need to do? That and that. That's not right at all. That needs to go up there. And then this goes in a burner stage. So the nukes activate. Oh, we don't have lifter engines on that. We don't have orbital station keeping engines or anything on there. We need to do something. Let's just go ahead and put like a little engine that could. These things are terrible, right? We'll just do it like that. That's fine. That way I can do station keeping or whatever it needs to do. And we're going to put those engines in the top unused stage. Alright, good deal. What are those? Yep. But this guy here... Alright, that needs to go with that. Excellent. The kicker. There's the kicker's engine. There's the kicker's decoupler. That's the correct staging. How are we looking over here? 4010. Like it. 758. That doesn't look right all of a sudden. Oh, it's because it's atmospheric stats. Yes, the nose cones look like dunce camp. The carrot engines. Maybe add SAFs in the lifter. The kicker stage is definitely dirty right now, right? That is a dirty kicker stage. I think we'll be okay because of the amount of this. It may need. You may be right, and if we get up there and this craft is difficult to control, you can totally say, I told you, DOS. It may need SAS in the kicker stage. Let's launch this thing, though. Launch it. Let's go to space. The carrot engines. Those engines look awesome. Science retrofit mission. Go! Activate. Make sure Bob's in it. Bob is supposed to be in it. I am out of Dr. Pepper. Out of Dr. Pepper. Not cool. So let's see what we got. The typo is strong with your phone screen. Any emergency assist lift. Senior docking port. I don't have senior docking port on... Yes, I do need a senior docking port. You're right. The mainsails, they like each other. The mainsails are buddies. It apparently chose some port that's upside down. We can actually control from here. Where is he? Bob, where are you? Oh, he's in there. He's upside down, apparently. Why didn't he get in there? Bob is going to space upside down, y'all. SAS. Panel lock. Engineer. Activate. No lag. That's actually good. I was expecting lag. Throttle up. 3, 2, 1. Bob is going to be pulled the wrong way in his harness when he goes to space. I like it. I like it a lot, honestly. those pointy weird. I usually like my kickers to be short and stout. 3G to the brain. Did I miss anything else? What? Yaw force needs to be applied perpendicular to your forward axis, so you want the lever arm backwards distance from center of mass to be as long as you can get away with. What? Oh, Sleepy. Bob doesn't have a helmet because of, it's a mod. It's a texture replacer mod. I think it comes with better atmospheres. If you scroll down and you look at the links, in my channel, the better atmospheres mod, I think, is what's taking his helmet off. The texture replacer that comes with... Oh, okay. I was like, Mitsukichi, what? What are you talking about? We passed our first checkpoint well. Our second checkpoint is 10,000 meters. And we want 10,000 meters and 260 on the speed. That is what we want. There you go. Yeah, part of the texture replacer mod. Exactly. So we're coming up on 10,000 meters. At 10,000 meters, I'm going to do my gravity turn. There's 10,000 meters. We were going 279. A little bit fast. That's okay. That's because this craft is mostly fuel and not very much payload. So I'm just going to bend it over. Notice the aerospike lifter cores. The aerospike lifter cores, right? Those were stability. Now I'm going to burn in this direction. I am also going to turn over like this. Dorsal side up. Dorsal, now we're flying like a plane, right? Wait till this gets to 50, burning at 45 degrees here. There we go. Goodbye, stage. That was awesome, actually. Now we want this to get to 50. And when it gets to 50, we turn and burn, right? So there's 49, 50. Change that. Go like that. And let's go to space, y'all. I'm just going to burn this until I get to 80 now. And when I get to 80... Oh, I didn't put a little thing underneath there. I didn't put the heatsink. The heatsink tank. That's okay. We won't overheat. We're getting into space. So I'm just burning straight along the orbit, putting as much delta V into my orbit as I possibly can. 85 sounds good. 84. 85. That sounds better. I'm going to do my circularization. Standard circularization. How's my inclination? It's good. Apoapse. There we go. Click on there. Put a node there. Pull out. There we go. Bing. I'm circularizing at 85. When that starts to get away from you, but you're not even yet, use this to pull the apoapse back. I know it's a little bit hard to see. Use that to pull the apoapse back, and then continue on with your circularization until the tags switch places. So when PE comes this way, thwip, that's 85 by 85 right there. That burn is going to be a 51-second burn. We don't have that much in there, so we're going to have to start a little bit earlier. With the Kerbals preparing the moon scenery. Wait, what? The toolbar mod does the screen Easter egg. Yeah. Upside down ice cream cones. It would help if I'm in the actual thing. So I'm okay. The rest of my craft had enough torque for doing this maneuver here, especially since we're up out of the atmosphere when I try to do the maneuver. I'm actually going to start burning in like T-minus 30 seconds. Look at what's going to happen. 1176 burn. 1103 for that, and we only have nukes to push us. That's a bad thing. I guess we could activate those engines. Whatever. What sort of thrust do they give? I don't even remember. That's a bad thing. So I'm going to start burning early. Because this tank is going to run out, and my thrust to weight is going to go through the floor. I'm only going to have those nukes. Maybe I'll turn those on if it's not going fast enough for me. But we shall see. Plane align. Oh, yeah, we could. We could plane align with Minmus during the launch so that we came out with like a, what is it, 6.6 or 7.1 or something inclination. We could do that. I am just going to go into space, and we're going to meet Minmus at its next descending node. need Dr. Pepper. So this tank's gonna run out. We're gonna light those, and look at that. Wow. We'll be okay. The thrust to weight's good enough. We'll be okay. And I think we're burning out of that tank. Yes, we're burning out of that tank. We're good. We're good. 87, 86, 88. So I need to burn higher. 89. Wait a dang second. I need to burn way down, actually, it looks like. Yeah. No? Apparently I can't burn enough down. 91. Heh. Whatever. So let's get out to our apoaps and then we'll burn and circularize at 90. It's okay. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Now I need to turn to apoaps. Wow, this craft has buku torque. This craft just wants to be Torquey McTorkerson. Alright, now we'll circularize out to 90. You can only really circularize when you burn at your apoaps. If you try to burn any other time, you will not get a circular orbit. You will increase and you'll change both your apoaps and your periaps. But see right there how my apoaps is not changing whatsoever? Now it is. That was when the flip would have happened, right? So now we're good to go. This craft is good to go. I don't really believe it when it talks about fuel. That doesn't look right at all. We have a lot of fuel left. Those are empty? Why are those empty? That's interesting as to why those are empty. Did I launch with them empty? I very well may have launched with them empty. We're okay. A bunch of light that fell. Yeah, move a little fuel. We're okay. I think I launched with those empty. Whatever. Ooh, science to be done. Gravity scan. Let's do it. 20 science from the gravity scan. I'll take it. We should have done a gravity scan from the launch pad, shouldn't we have? That's cool. As we go out there, this is going to be telling us about new science we can get. Excelente. Starving Gamer and Cambly. Starving Gamer and Cambly. Both thank you for the follows. Cambly did? Starving Gamer, I think I missed you. No, Kenneth Sean as well. Kenneth Sean as well. Thank you all for the follows. This is Kerbal Space Academy. We're retrofitting a mission at Minmus using a construction drone. We didn't have the claw researched yet, so we had to be creative. It took longer to build the ship than we thought. Go to Space Center and check. We're okay. We'll just go out there. We still have lots of fuel on this thing. We'll be fine. I think I left them empty. Eep. Whatever. It's not like I get paid to do this or anything. Let's go ahead and set up a Minmus transfer. I'm going to set Minmus as my target. I'm going to do it the easy peasy way. Set as target. You want to talk about node 5.8? Alright, good. So let's see what we can do. I'm just going to put a node down again, and I'm going to burn that node until I get an apoaps that is Minmus's orbit. So just excellent. That's not even close. That's pretty close right there. So that was all I did, right? The next descending node for Minmus, because I got nothing but time, is over here. Actually, we have so much Delta V, why don't we just... I like this trick. I like this trick too much. And wouldn't you know, we're just now crossing the descending node, so I'm going to have to pull this back past the craft. There we go, right there at the descending node. I'm going to burn at the descending node, and that's going to make me meet Minmus out there at the ascending node. So this is the super simple way to get to Minmus, right? Is that right? Let's go out and look. I really wish you could... Alright, we're not quite there yet, so we need a little bit more prograde. Bing! That's what I want. So my apoaps is touching the ascending node or the descending node of Minmus. Look at how that looks from above, right? I set Minmus as the target. I did the burn. I set the burn so that it was all the way out there. And then I set that. Actually, if I had set the node... Look, I can show you how to do it easier. I want this to be clear because I want people to learn this sort of stuff, right? So if I get a node, Minmus is going around us, right? It rotates counterclockwise. So as it's rotating counterclockwise, that means this is the next node, right? This is the next ascending, descending node. So what I need to do is go into Kerbin on my orbit, and at the opposite node right here, at the descending node right there, add a maneuver point, a maneuver node. Too many nodes. And then I just burn that from the descending node up to the escape node. Just kidding, don't do that. That's wrong. Up so that my apoaps, oh that's cool, a mooner flyby that leads me slingshotting and ejecting. Let's just do this right there. Like that. And now my apoaps of my orbit is right there at the ascending node of Minmus. Actually, I could take a little bit more delta V out of it. I must not have that right on the descending node. Now I have it right on the descending node. I love Kerbal. I love a precise node because I could just click on descending node and it would make sure that my node was exactly on the descending node. Now we're good to go, see? Yes. That's pretty darn close. And then the next thing that I want to do in super easy mode, getting to Minmus, is come back here. We got plenty of time. And I just click the next orbit button. What is that button doing? Every time I click that button, if you've been in my stream for a while, you know what it's been doing. Watch. It basically says, wait in orbit, wait in orbit, wait in orbit. See Minmus coming around? Every time I wait in orbit, Minmus is getting a little bit closer. I do not know why it does that. It loses it sometimes. To get that, you click on your maneuver node. You click on your maneuver node. Seriously, KSP? You click on your freaking maneuver node. There you go. And then you right click on it. You left click on it, then you right click on it. And then you click this little wait a node. Wait, why does it keep doing that? Such annoyance. There we go. Right click on it. Gives me the wait. This is just dumb, honestly. It's like clipping. It can't decide if I'm trying to click on that. No, now it thought I was clicking on Kerbal. At least we can blow up the VAB. Sorry. You know, there's another way to do this. This is annoying, clicking on this. Because it keeps thinking that I'm clicking on more than one thing. Now it thinks, now what did it think that I did? Now it totally, oh, I've got an encounter with a moon, apparently. A mooner flyby. Let's use precise node instead. With precise node, I can come over here. And what is this? Is this in seconds? Increment 10. Instead of that, I can actually tell this to wait. Oh, but it's not going to be exact orbits. Dang it. I'd have to know my orbital period to do it that way. That's not going to be useful at all. We've got to keep using that buggy clicking thingy. There we go. I don't want to have anything to do with anything other than this button. Is there a keyboard shortcut for this, y'all? Does anyone know a keyboard shortcut for this function? Because it does not want to stay on the screen. It can handle like 10 clicks and then it like goes away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10 clicks. It can handle 10 clicks and then it loses it. Again, I'm just waiting for Minmus to come around. I'm going to meet it right there. This is the least amount of fuel to match Minmus. Oh, don't you dare tell me we're going to have a Mooner encounter at the same time we're going to have the Minmus encounter. There's a Minmus encounter. A Minmus slingshot, it looks like. That is actually a Minmus impact. That is awesome. That is a Minmus impact. So let me have a look here. I'm clicking too fast? Yeah, that's the problem. The decoupler bug, right? Uh-huh. Hagruma, that's why I used that other design. What else did I miss? Let me check the chat right quick. It's been a while since I checked the chat. Moon scenery, go to space center. I'm just gonna roll with this. Stream's fault. Stream's fault! Nice! Trash KJ. Totally the stream's fault. You can change your ability to focus something by changing Connex mode and config. You can also click on the Connex mode right here. And it'll show it to you in different ways. Right here in precise node. I could actually play with it, I think. Let's see here. Connex mode 1 actually shows the encounter with the planet. Connex mode 2 shows, I think, relative to the escape or something. Connex, I mean, everything shows different Connex modes. Look, that is me hitting Minmus, I guess. Because I don't see a periapse. Let's try Connex mode 4. No one even knows what that is. Really? It draws a straight line from there to there? That makes no sense. I think Connex mode 0 is the default. Connex mode 1 puts the encounter right like that. But yeah, you can change it right here too. Just so you know. We're going to hit Minmus. We'll fix it in post-production. We'll fix it in a mid-orbital flight sort of deal. Increase the patch limit. Is that this? Connex mode samples down here, I think? I'm clicking too fast. Bleh. Alright, now we're good. Let's get this burn done to Minmus. Let's actually, how much Delta V do we have if we disable that tank? 699. We don't have enough. Because we launched with empty tanks, apparently. I'm apparently already pointing exactly where I need to point. That's a little bit sketchy. Yeah, oh no, you can totally do that as well. You can go over and you can left-click on Minmus. And you can do focus view. And it'll actually zoom in on Minmus, showing that I'm going to impact Minmus directly with this. And this isn't really a Minmus impact. This is Minmus running into me from behind. Because I'll get there before Minmus will. And Minmus will slam into me from the back, basically. We'll fix it. We'll fix it in post-production. This guy is also in a retrograde orbit. So we're going to need to come in on the other side of Minmus. Anyways, I fine-tune the approach after the rest of this stuff. I don't fine-tune the approach right now. Because you can't burn this burn fast enough. This is going to be in 11 days. And let's get it done real quick. Add science retro mission. A 4-minute burn. That's terrible. That's actually totally terrible. Oh well, whatever. We'll set this for 5 minutes out. It's them nukes. That's why I want to put 4 nukes on. So let's see what else we've got. We just need to time warp until we get up to 11 days. I'm certainly not going to do it from this craft. I'm going to do it from the tracking station so that I can warp faster. Because right now I'll only be able to warp at like 50x or 100x. I can't remember which one it is. 50 or 100? So let's go over here, go to the tracking station. I'm just going to speed warp this. We'll let Kerbal Alarm Clock handle it. Because I want to get out there and speed warp. Whoop! 987654321. It's like Superman flying around the planet. Backwards. To move time. Why did anybody even think that was going to work? Superman making the Earth spin backwards would somehow reverse time? Can anyone explain that? That would just throw everyone off the surface of the Earth. Maybe not if he slowed it down really slow. Yes, so now we are here. Let us go and fly the Science Retrofit mission. Again, with Alarm Clock, I could have gone off and done other missions and that sort of stuff, and Alarm Clock would have made sure that I didn't miss that. I love Alarm Clock. It's one of my must-have mods. It is absolutely one of my must-have mods. I usually do 4 nukes. I usually try to get at least... What's that, Thator? I can't watch that right now, but what is that? For high-speed audio. Nice. And what did we say it was going to be? A 4-minute or something burn? This craft looks a little bit weird. That's okay. We put those things on there to have standoff. And I think we said it was going to be, what, a 2-minute burn? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do it a little bit less efficient and use these terrible, terrible engines? Because I've got 4 of them. Let's turn it on. They're so inefficient, but still, I think that they will, Alright. There we go. Let's see if we can't... That took us down to 1945. We're still good. They're going to waste a lot of fuel, honestly, but we're still good. We'll be okay. And I need to do my simulation, my fuel simulation, right? Let's see how long this burn is going to take with these engines on. F5 for safety. I've got the quick save down there in the corner. Let's throttle all the way up. 2 minutes, 45 seconds. That'll be fine. I don't want to make y'all sit through that longer burn. So 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Somebody remember that. Go back to my quick save, right? This is I think this is just a bug. It's like an oversight. I'm not sure why it's not fixed yet. I win. I explained it first. He didn't make the Earth. The Earth went backwards because time was moving backwards. But all right, I'll buy that. I'll buy that. But I'll buy that actually. I'll totally buy that. I like that explanation. Dang it! What was my burn? 2 minutes 45 seconds. Let me do the burn and then I'll come and address the Superman stuff. Why did flying around the world retrograde make time go backwards? Right? That's the question, maybe. 2:45 is a minute and 23 seconds. So we need to burn at T minus a minute 23. A minute 23. Yep. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. There we go. We've got those big nuclear engines and these little jokes that get specific impulse. 300's not terrible, I guess. It's not 800, but it's not 300. That's okay. After this, we'll just use the nukes on the science vessel. That was the entire point. Let me see. How is he staying within Earth's sphere of influence at the speed of light? An extinction level event? Was that what you're referencing there, Luis? An extinction level event, ELA? It's like, let me help! Big nuclear engines, let me help a little bit! Plus, remember, we have an entire fuel tank in here that we didn't even fire up. Nope, because I should go plaid. Why does it think... Oh, those can't get to these tanks. That's why it thinks that the fueling's different. I should have put 2 more nukes on here. I wanted to put 2 more nukes on it. That's okay. Continuing our burn. Stretching. And continuing with the burn. These burns are so boring. But at least this craft is well balanced and it's staying on target, right? I am definitely going to have to Whoa, what is this overheating? Why is this one nuke overheating but the other ones aren't? That doesn't make any sense. I have no clue what's going on in chat over there. Almost done. Let's go check Minmus. Not enough yet. Interesting, interesting. Certainly it's not that last 0.6 meters per second. That has to be burn inaccuracy, right? Okay, that is coming in low. Is that a Minmus encounter with a free return trajectory? Let's get rid of the node so we can see what's going on. Minmus encounter. What does our Minmus encounter look like? Focus view. Wow! That's a really close Minmus encounter. 6,000? RCS. 33,000. 33, 6. Wow, one tap of the RCS does that. I was trying to tune it with RCS. That's okay, we'll go in right like that. Is that the same orbit? Which way is he going? No, that is the wrong way, because which way would I exit? That way. I need to come on the other side of Minmus. I definitely need to come in on the other side of Minmus. So let's go over here and disable these engines. And shut down engine. Hey. Now I've only got the nukes. Now we've got 1002, 1020. That's fine. There we are coming right in Minmus, but I need to be going retrograde because that science ship is going retrograde. Yep. So let's see, can I do it with... What is more burn going to give me? Alright, more burn's going to put me on the other side of the planet. Whoa! That changes so fast. Use RCS to tune it. There'll be a good capture. That's odd, it thinks we've got a blinky encounter with Minmus, seriously? How annoying. We'll be okay. We definitely have an encounter with Minmus. When we get closer to it, it won't miss us. No, yeah, I did see that guy, Sleepy. I totally saw that guy. I have no clue what's going on. What? Alright. That's all that. Those little engines are turned off. Forget them. We've got the Minmus encounter. Let's just get out there. Kerbal Lungcroc again. At it. 10 minutes out. It doesn't think I have a sphere of influence change, apparently. Dad blame it. Because of the winkiness, the wonkiness. Freaking rounding errors, right? See if there's anything I can do to, that makes it solid. Landing that close to Minmus makes it solid, huh? A 3,000 3,000 meter encounter makes it solid. Out further, can I get a solid encounter? That's solid as well. Something about that one encounter makes it completely wacky. But now it should say that I've got a sphere of influence change. A minute out. Let's get out there, y'all. It is time for us to come upon Minmus. Here we go. We're flying out. We've got electric charge. I need to do panel lock, by the way. Yeah, we've got electric charge and everything. We're good to go. I know. I need to get caught up on chat. Yeah, Luis, he definitely had a craft that was just for Eve. Like, he went to Eve first and he put it in Eve orbit or something like that. Or something along those lines. I can't remember exactly what he did, but he did have a single craft. But really, it was like 10 different crafts, all launched as one craft. Is kind of how he did it. Not 10 different crafts, but quite a few different crafts, all launched as one craft, and then different crafts landed at different places. It was basically a grand tour in one mission, is what it was. Riding on the back of a space turtle, huh? You need to come on in here. Get me into the sphere of influence, please. Alright, now I'm in the sphere of influence, and I can actually do the capture burn. I'm going to come right here and click. I need to do retrograde for a capture burn. And you know, why not? Let's set this guy as the target. 9.9. Dude. Alright. Alright. Okay. Let's see here. This is not at the ascending or descending node. Let's see how close he is when we cross his orbit. We're going to be in front of it, and he's going to be behind us. Alright, we can totally fix that. We'll put a little bit bigger orbit than him, so that we can time warp. And then we'll fix our inclination at the ascending, descending node. What is that? 34? What is he? 20? I might as well just set this out to like 50 or something. 41. 50, that's good enough. Alright, 184 meters per second. Not hard to get captured at Minmus. He's wasting RCS though. Probably just took RCS out of every tank on the freaking craft. Yes, I did. This is in 2 hours, 38 minutes. Great. And I want to point right freaking there. Add. 45-second burn. A minute out is fine. Fast time warp to get it done. The science alerter thingy didn't go off. There's Minmus. Time to burn. 45, half of 45. Remember, I always split it in half. Half of 45, half of 46 is 23, so we'll just go with 23. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 24, 23. Light it up. And let's just use those nukes. We wasted so much fuel by using these guys, but what can you do, really? Anything else that I've missed? What? It doesn't even make any sense. He couldn't fly fast enough to catch 2 missiles at the same time. Okay, that's where I need to get caught up on chat. I will get caught up on chat there. That was a follow as well. Rabata? Was that you? Yeah, that was you with the follow, dude. Rabata. Thank you for the follow. I feel like I earned that one because you've been watching for a while. And when you watch for a while and then I finally get a follow, that makes me feel like I earned it. Or you're leaving. 2-1.3. Kerbal Engineer, talk to me. Thank you for the follow, though. 51. There we go. Excellente. We still have 910 meters per second. And that is because of these tanks, isn't it? Yes. D. Don't you start on me, right-click bug. I really think there's a reason to be doing this. Yep, got the right-click bug. Definitely not going to do science missions with the right-click bug. Alright, my next node is going to be a plane change right here. It's a descending node, so I need to burn normal. Oops, nope, I need to burn anti-normal. It's a descending node, so I need to burn anti-normal. And I just go anti-normal until it flips. There we go. 0.0, good. That's only going to be 14 meters per second in 30 minutes. So let's get that done. This craft turns like freaking crazy, by the way. We'll do this one live. 30, 29, 28, 27, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, man. That's faster than it looks. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Alright, that's ready. 4, 3, 2, 1, X. Whoa, 3-second burn there. I hit the wrong button. That's okay. It's okay. There we go. Inclination 176. Descending node 0.2. I can live with that. Now we just need to set up a transfer and see where we can find this guy in his orbit. So what can I do? How can I burn to rendezvous with him? I'm going to try a really weird transfer. That ain't it. That ain't what we can do at all. He is going to be way too far that way. And if I burn right here, where is he going to be? That's actually pretty close. Look at that, we can get a field, we can get an expedient. I'll do that. I'll definitely do that. I don't usually do those in Space Academy. There you go. So this is a non-perfect Hohmann transfer, right? We're just catching it on the orbit right there, and I just put a node here in my periapse, and I found where I was going to catch him. That's 31.9, that's not a big deal. But this is a non-perfect Hohmann transfer. A perfect Hohmann transfer is I meet my target right here at the opposite end of my orbit, right? The periapse of my orbit. And then I burn, periapse or apoapse, and then I burn to match it. This is non-perfect. We'll be crossing very close to him, but not when we're coming at our periapse. That's okay, though. We can totally get this done. Sleepy, I do go... I should have an info command for chat. What is info? What is an info command? Thader, explain what that is. So let me do this burn. It's coming up in 51 minutes, and we're going to be going this way. Like that. 7-second burn. I passed the last one. A 7 seconds burn, so let's just go 5 seconds out. Add alarm. I can definitely explain the Hohmann transfer. I'm not doing a Hohmann transfer right now. I actually go into detail on Hohmann transfers during my rendezvous and docking sessions. So I do Kerbal Space Academy sessions, and I talk specifically about transfers as they're used for rendezvous and docking. I also talk about them... it doesn't always come up with a Hohmann transfer, but I talk about them some when I do interplanetary transfers. As I do them, I'll explain them here, but let me get out here and complete this mission. If I have some time at the end, I'll go back and I'll show a Hohmann transfer specifically. Hohmann, according to the way that we were pronouncing it yesterday. Also, I need to burn my node, I guess. That would be good. That would definitely be good. Let's see how close that got us. Not as good as 0.5. I had it at 0.5. This is at 3 kilometers. And I think burning more will make me go... Oh no, we're good. 180543. 3 looks pretty darn good there, people. Looks like I'm coming in a little bit above it. If I wanted to get closer, I could come a little bit south of it. That's okay, we're not going to worry about it. And I'm just going to do this one live. I am just going to do it live. We're at Minmus. We don't need to plan these things in advance. 30 thrust to weight. Let's just go ahead and... where's our target at? There's our target. We're apparently coming into it. We're going the right way, aren't we? Yes. Okay, that's the second one. We're going to pass it a little bit there. Oh, I see. Alright, we're good, we're good. I'm going to cut to the inside a little bit is what's going to happen. So let me just set an alarm here. The reason I'm setting an alarm here is so that it allows me to get the transfer done. So I just set alarm there, and then I will be able to fast forward up to that transfer. So we're going to come around. Wow, I just cut behind him. I'm going to catch up to him by taking the inside track. I am on the inside track. That means I'm going faster. I have less distance to go. And there's my node. Wow, that's a minute out from the node, huh? So let's go ahead and do that. Just get rid of that node. I don't really need it for anything. There's the science upgrader. And what I need to do... Minmus is so forgiving when it comes to all of this stuff. I just need to do my typical rendezvous orbit bending. I just load it into range. I could actually probably... What I do when I do my orbit bending, I make a straight line. The pink X to the green X to my vector. I burn like that and I try to push the green thing onto the pink thing. That means that I'm going to be passing closer and closer to it. It only works when you're within a couple kilometers. But look, I should have a 0. Yeah, 0.0 kilometers. I'm actually run into it now. Now I need to find the dorsal side of my craft, right? The dorsal side is here. It's the side with the lights on it. So I've got that light there telling me this is the dorsal side of this craft. That is excellent. And let us go ahead and just warp on into the science upgrader. There she is. Again, I could orbit bend a little bit. I'm using part of my stuff to steer towards them, is what's happening. And it's passing me. 12 meters per second. 10 meters per second. Now let's stop with the orbit bending and just go with the slowing down. Full throttle. There we go. That is a rendezvous right there. So let's do that number. 3, 2, 1. Alright, 0.0. We're pretty darn stable. We are. So I need to come around to the bottom of her. Because I wanted to dock this against that. So we have a couple different things to do. Let's get us done. Orbital parameters. Actually, I should really go to the bottom of her before I do anything else. So let's go ahead and point down. Get on down to the bottom. I'm just going to burn straight south to go past her. Like this. I don't need much meters per second. And then I'm going to erase that when I get underneath her. And all I'm doing, one vector at a time, 1 degree at a time, what is the word I'm looking for? Dimension at a time. I'm setting this craft up so that I can dock with it, right? I wonder if I could ghost dock the whip. Where's my center of mass? It doesn't seem like we're rotating about the center of mass. Those are actually really close. We won't ghost dock the whip for this. So I'm just floating down to the bottom. Let's time warp. There we go. And then I could do dorsal side. There we go. I need to kill this relative velocity. Like this. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. And now I am going to go over here. Again, the nuclear engines have such low thrust. I'm just going to go ahead and fly this way at 3 meters per second. But I'm just trying to get underneath it, right? The dorsal side of the craft helps me so much. The dorsal side of the craft is the back top. It's basically, when you're looking at the nav ball, that's like you're looking at the craft from behind it, right? In knowing the dorsal side of the craft, you can actually orient what's happening in the 3D screen up here with what's happening on the nav ball. That's why the dorsal side is so useful. It's just to orient what you see on the nav ball with what's actually happening on this 3D screen. I talk about it a lot. I don't hear very many other people talk about it. But I think it's really important. So there we go. Now we're good to go underneath the station. Underneath the science ship, actually. I'm kind of pointing at it. That's really what I wanted right there. I don't want to be going towards it. I'm not, am I? Nope, I'm good. We're going to drift a little bit, but I'm going to do this number. I'm actually going to undock this guy. I'm actually going to undock this guy. I'm actually going to undock this guy. Decouple node. I'm going to fly this guy out of the way, right? Just a little bit. RCS. Go forward just a little bit and get out of the way. Like that. I'm just making him, I'm just clearing up him so that I can dock with the other craft, right? There we go. That's good. Let's kill it off. I don't want him floating away. There we go. Let's switch to the other craft. That is this guy. And we can turn on his RCS. His dorsal side is green. So I know I need to come this way. And I need to get him docked up there, right? So let's just go ahead and set his target. Again, I love my nav ball knocking